absolutely wonderful to be here and to see so many of you joining us here in Luxembourg. This event has grown tremendously since it started with GovSat over 10 years ago, and seeing it really happen now and coming together in such a vast extent is just absolutely wonderful. So thank you for all of you who have made it grow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's obvious to all of us that in this era of great geopolitical instability and outright aggression on our continent, that ensuring Europe's security and defense is absolutely vital. And in the face of such great threat, what we really need is swift and united response. And the only way of facing and overcoming these challenges is, as we've heard this morning, is by working together towards a common objective, identifying the complementarities, understanding each other's competences and interests by listening and seeking for common ground. This is what it takes to be able to join forces and defend our democratic values and our interests with strength and determination. And when we refer to collaboration, this not only has to happen amongst international partners and across borders, but also within an ecosystem that is shaped by many different actors with different means and competencies, with different types of experience. Now, I think we are very fortunate here in Luxembourg to be able to connect within our ecosystem with great ease. Close geographic proximity, the capacity to converse in many languages, and, above all, the natural tendency to reach out to persons from many different spheres of society is a real asset. This is especially the case in a world of growing segmentation and digitalization that often undermines direct human contact and understanding. And this manner of interacting across domains is also what characterizes the strong tendency in Luxembourg to seek dialogue between industry and government. And this dialogue greatly facilitates partnerships between businesses and the public sector. Now, you've heard GovSat being mentioned, and I'd like to underline that the way GovSat came into being 10 years ago is the perfect example of how the government teamed up with the Luxembourg satellite provider SES and set up this joint venture to provide secure satellite communication services for defense. The idea was actually flagged to the government, to the newly formed government, at the beginning of 2014. And negotiations concretely began in the summer of 2014. Now, just 7 months later, the term sheet was signed. This was in December. And in parallel, the law that had to be adopted to enable the government to invest and engage in this joint venture was also adopted. And then, in January 2018, GovSat-1 spacecraft was launched into space from Cape Canaveral. Now, this is a satellite that is devised to provide services to NATO countries and its partner, and it's available for use by the UN, the EU, international organizations that share our democratic values. It's fully operational, and it's helping many ongoing defense and security operations. Now, this was only possible because of a trusted partnership between the government and SES. Negotiations, and I recall it very well, were not always easy. Each partner had different concerns and expectations. Yet we found common ground by listening, by seeking compromise that would meet each other's concerns and bearing in mind our overriding common objective. And that's what made it happen. Now, the Luxembourg Innovation Agency that I've had the honor to lead for nearly 7 years now also functions according to the same principle of fostering close public-private partnerships. And these can take many forms and cover many dimensions. Since it came into existence in 1984, Luxinnovation's mission has been to help Luxembourg-based companies develop and adopt innovative technologies across many sectors, such as materials and manufacturing, automotive, health tech, space, clean tech, and so on. And we help them get access to national and European funding, and we facilitate collaborations and partnerships with other companies, with research, and with the public sector. With a staff of nearly 100 persons, comprising mostly innovation and funding advisors and sectoral and technology experts, I think I can truly say that Luxinnovation is a driver of innovation within our country, that listens to the needs of companies and steers them in the right direction to turn their innovative projects into reality. Now, given Luxinnovation's experience in supporting companies in developing new technologies, it came naturally that the Department of Defense turned to the agency about 5 years ago and asked to help foster the development of defense technologies by Luxembourg-based companies and research actors. We were given a clear mandate in 2020 by the Luxembourg DoD to build a strong industrial defense innovation community in Luxembourg. And today, we have around 90 active entities in this field. And the vast majority of them are commercial companies, in addition also to several highly specialized research centers. And the focus lies on dual-use technologies serving both civilian and military applications. Now, a significant proportion of these entities, 60%, are engaged in space-related activities, not surprisingly, including space situational awareness, space-based intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance, and satellite communications and navigation. Many others are specialized in cyber, AI, data technologies, and advanced materials. Now, I'd like to mention some of them who are active in the space field specifically to show you concretely what I'm talking about. Let's take Mtronics. Mtronics comes from the automotive industry, and it now specializes in new space telecommunication applications. And it's involved in many projects, space projects, with Thales, Airbus helicopters, SES, etc. Factiven, it's a cybersecurity company hosted in Luxembourg's incubator, Technopore. It provides software solutions to protect and trace space systems data. High-Tech Luxembourg. Now, this is a homegrown Luxembourg SME that offers high-tech solutions to covering the satellite ground segment. And this company is currently involved in 2 European Defence Fund consortia. Integrasis, they come from Spain, and their Luxembourg product, Orbisat, tracks space objects by using RF sensors blended with optical sensors for mitigating the threat of collision, detecting maneuverability, and protecting space assets. Odyssey Space, another newcomer based in the incubator Technopore, provides laser communication for space-to-ground data transfer. Now, the wider defense innovation community includes Luxembourg homegrown companies such as the advanced composite materials leader Eurocomposites and the ultra-lightweight technology specialist Gradel, but also international companies like Bradford Space, Redwire, Spire Global from the US, Canadian North Star, and Korean Data Design Engineering. Now, so why have these companies chosen Luxembourg? What we hear them say is that it's for political and economic stability, it's the favorable business climate, it's ease of access to decision makers, and the national commitment to developing the space sector, and also the strong governmental innovation support and the access to European programs. And these factors are all key when it comes to building public-private partnerships. Now let me give you an example in defense of how we have brought all these factors together into play to facilitate PPPs. Now based very specifically on the priority areas of the European capability to technology development priorities, we have launched 2 joint calls for defense capabilities. Now, this initiative is funded and supported by the Luxembourg DoD, by the Ministry of Economy, and by the National Research Fund. It offers funding for innovative companies and research entities that jointly develop dual-use and defense technologies that meet the capability technology needs of European security and defense. The first call places specific focus on satellite communication, Earth observation and reconnaissance, and space situational awareness. And as a result, several joint projects are now underway, and some of the companies that I just mentioned are involved in them. Eurocomposites, Gradel, Redwire, and Bradford Space, for instance. Now, beyond the nationally funded initiatives, our mission has also been to integrate the Luxembourg-based companies into the European defense value chain and help them also access NATO's innovation and acquisition programs. Some of the other companies that I just mentioned are now involved in the European Union's European Defence Fund and European Defence Agency projects. And Luxembourg has also joined recently Diana, NATO's Defence Innovation Accelerator, with a dedicated incubator and test centres in the fields of space, cybersecurity, AI, and advanced materials. Now, you may have heard that Luxembourg has also recently been selected by the European High-Performance Computing Joint Undertaking as one of the 7 countries in the European Union to host an AI factory. Now, this is a widespread European initiative to leverage supercomputing capacity of Europe's high-performance computing to develop trustworthy, cutting-edge AI, generative AI models. And the aim is to create a robust and interconnected network of AI hubs in Europe. Now, the Luxembourg AI factory stands out, again, for its public-private approach. Whilst most other European AI factories that have been designated have a strong research orientation, ours will actively support startups, scale-ups, and SMEs to develop AI models and applications with access to this AI-optimized supercomputer, which is due to be operational next year in Luxembourg. Now, needless to point out, disruptive technologies such as artificial intelligence are reshaping the defense landscape, and staying on the forefront of this field is crucial if we are able to anticipate and counter the emerging threats effectively and accurately. Hence, the AI factory, which is about to be officially launched, will certainly also be of interest to defense. Now, I hope I've been able to provide you with an insight into how Luxembourg, despite its small size, is activating all innovation levers to support the development of defense technologies that meet the needs of European security and defense. And in line with our DNA, with our intrinsic nature to connect and collaborate, we seek to join forces and leverage upon each other's expertise and capabilities, be it public or private, to develop the technologies that increase our defense capacity. And that is absolutely fundamental for us to defend and protect our democratic values. Thank you very much.
Thank you also, Miss Baillie. If I may ask you to just stay with us for one more minute. We have a little surprise for you. Just stay with us 1 second. Just 1 second. Miss Baillie, come back on stage here. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Now, I'm not sure if you're all aware, but she is also the co-creator of LuxGovSat. And she's been instrumental in transforming it to what it is today. And on the behalf of the entire GovSat.com team, led there by Melanie and once again her colleagues, we would like to hand this to you as a sign of appreciation. And I'd like to hand the word over to...
Thank you, Chris. So
yes.
To add a bit to the emotions, Sasha, so really a big thanks for everything that you've been doing. You really are very inspirational for us, for the Luxembourg industry. Thanks a lot for what you're doing.
Let's give it up loud. Sasha Baillie. Thank you very much, Sasha. Thank you.